Most homeowners don't think much about their electrical system until something goes wrong. The problem is that when electrical problems go wrong, they can go very wrong. Fire, shock, damaged appliances, expensive repairs, and in worst cases, serious injury. The good news is that a lot of the biggest electrical hazards are preventable if you know what to look for. Today I'm breaking down the most important electrical safety tips every homeowner should know. Electricity is one of those things people get used to because it works silently in the background. Lights come on, outlets work, appliances run, and after a while it feels ordinary. But electricity is powerful and unforgiving. A loose connection creates heat. A damaged cord creates shock risk. An overloaded circuit can start a fire behind a wall where no one sees it until it's too late. The goal of electrical safety at home is not paranoia. It's awareness. Know the basic hazards, respect them, and call a licensed electrician when something is beyond basic homeowner-level action. Your electrical system usually gives warning signs before a major failure. The mistake homeowners make is ignoring them because the system still mostly works. If lights flicker regularly, especially when large appliances turn on, pay attention. If breakers trip repeatedly, pay attention. If outlets or switches feel warm, buzz, spark, or smell burnt, pay attention immediately. If a panel smells hot or you hear crackling, that's not a maybe later situation. That's a shut it down and call an electrician situation. These signs often point to overloaded circuits, loose connections, failing breakers, or outdated equipment. Electrical failures frequently begin small and get worse over time. Early intervention is almost always cheaper and safer than waiting. This is one of the most common everyday safety mistakes in homes. People plug space heaters, microwaves, air fryers, toasters, gaming systems, TVs, chargers, and extension cords all into the same outlet or power strip and assume it's fine because the lights are still on. Power strips are not magical capacity expanders. They do not increase the amount of power the circuit can safely carry. They just give you more plug locations. High-draw appliances like space heaters, portable AC units, microwaves, and hair dryers should not share overloaded strips with a bunch of other devices. If you need more outlets in a room because you're constantly relying on power strips, that's often a sign you need additional properly installed receptacles or even a dedicated circuit. GFCI stands for Ground Fault Circuit Interrupter. These devices are designed to shut off power extremely fast if they detect current leaking where it shouldn't, like through water or a human body. They save lives. GFCI protection is required in bathrooms, kitchens, garages, outdoors, laundry areas, unfinished basements, and other wet or damp locations. If your home doesn't have GFCI outlets in those areas or they're old and non-functional, get them updated. Homeowners should also test GFCI outlets monthly using the test and reset buttons. Hit test. Power should shut off. Hit reset. Power should come back. If it doesn't, replace the device or call an electrician. This sounds obvious, but real accidents happen because people underestimate how fast water turns ordinary situations dangerous. Never use electrical devices with wet hands. Keep countertop appliances away from sinks. Don't run extension cords through wet areas. If an outlet or device gets wet, don't keep using it and hope for the best. After flooding, roof leaks, or plumbing leaks near electrical equipment, have the affected areas checked before normal use resumes. Water damage to wiring or devices can create hidden hazards even after things dry out. Frayed extension cords, cracked plugs, loose outlets, and receptacles with broken faceplates are not small cosmetic issues. They are electrical hazards. A damaged cord can expose conductors and create shock or fire risk. A loose outlet can arc behind the wall. A cracked faceplate can expose energized parts if the device beneath it is also compromised. Extension cords should be temporary use items, not permanent wiring. If you're using one long-term in the same place, that usually means you need a real outlet installed. Every homeowner should know where their electrical panel is and how to shut off the main breaker in an emergency. If there's smoke, a sparking outlet, floodwater approaching energized equipment, or fire department instruction to cut power, that knowledge matters. Take 5 minutes and locate your panel. Open it. See which breaker is the main. Check whether the circuit labels actually make sense. If the panel is unlabeled or poorly labeled, that's worth addressing. In an emergency, guessing wastes precious time. That said, if the panel itself is smoking, sparking, or obviously compromised, don't reach into danger. Call 911 if needed, and wait for trained responders or a licensed electrician. This is where I need to be direct. A lot of homeowners underestimate electrical work because swapping a light fixture or outlet seems simple. Sometimes it is. Sometimes what's behind that device is a mess of old wiring, reverse polarity, missing grounds, or overloaded conductors, and a simple swap turns into a hazardous situation. In many areas, certain electrical work legally requires a permit and licensed contractor. Even where small repairs are allowed, homeowners need to know their limits. Replacing a cover plate is different from adding circuits, replacing a panel, modifying service equipment, or doing kitchen and bathroom wiring. Bad electrical DIY work can pass a casual glance and still be dangerous. Loose terminations, wrong breaker sizes, wrong wire gauge, open splices hidden in walls, missing junction boxes. These are the kinds of things electricians find and correct all the time. If a homeowner isn't confident, doesn't know how to verify de-energization, or isn't sure what code requires, call a licensed electrician. The cost of doing it right is almost always less than the cost of repairing bad DIY or dealing with a fire. If there are young children in the home, tamper-resistant receptacles matter. These outlets have built-in shutters that reduce the chance of kids sticking objects into the slots. Modern code requires them in most living areas, but older homes may not have them. Use outlet covers where appropriate, secure cords so kids can't tug appliances down, and don't leave chargers or damaged cords where children can access them. Kids are curious. Good electrical safety planning assumes curiosity. If a home has an older panel brand like Federal Pacific or Zinsco, or still uses a fuse box, get it evaluated. Not every old panel is an emergency, but some have documented reliability or safety problems, especially breaker trip failure issues. Homeowners don't need to panic, but they do need information. A licensed electrician can inspect the panel, identify whether it's a known problem brand, assess whether there are signs of overheating or unsafe modifications, and recommend whether repair or replacement makes sense. If you're buying a home, don't just rely on a general home inspection for electrical issues. A general inspector can spot obvious problems, but a licensed electrician sees much more detail. On older homes or homes with additions and remodels, paying for an electrical inspection can save you from very expensive surprises. The same goes for remodels. If you're opening walls, adding appliances, or upgrading systems, it's the perfect time to evaluate whether the electrical system is safe and adequate for what the house needs now. Electrical safety at home isn't about being scared of your house. It's about respecting the system, noticing warning signs early, and calling in a licensed pro when the issue is beyond basic maintenance. A little awareness goes a long way toward protecting your family, your property, and your peace of mind. Subscribe to Hardwired Trades for more practical electrical content. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.